is here, and happy Women's History Month as well. And hopefully you enjoyed International Women's Day as well. That was on March 8th. So welcome back to the Connect Show, Miami. So happy to be back here with you. And of course, right here on the CW each and every Saturday. Always a pleasure. Thank you for inviting us into your home. So before we start, gotta bring our amazing co-host, Miss Sandy Glint. Hey, Sandy.
Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be here with you guys this weekend. Boy, do we have a show for you at home today. We're going to be talking to some amazing women in business on the show, and I'm so excited to be chatting with this and diving in. But first, let's get into it, girlfriend. It's time for some hot topics. So let's get things off today with some conversation about comparison. So, Stitches, how do you manage not comparing yourself to others or to the next person, especially with social media these days?
That's actually a really good question, because that's something that I always tell our girls and really the kids that we work with. It affects me negatively. Then I always have to pause and be like, whoa, no. And I always find it's like finding something good about the person, and it's like, okay, that's what they do, that's what they've been called to do. What I have is what I have, and it's kind of, I always have to stop it in the middle and not compare. So that's one instant. Once I see that I get to that comparison point and it's not helping me positively, I nip it in the bud, honey. I nip it in the bud.
Yes, that's so good. So
What about
good.
you?
So, for me, I feel like similar to you, like I think you have to take a step back for a moment, stepping away from the overwhelm. And one of the biggest ways we step into overwhelm is by comparing ourselves, and also knowing like my journey, my chapter 34 is different than someone's chapter 45 or 12 or wherever they're at, like it has to be, you have to look at what it is that you're doing. And also the circumstances could be so different. And I think that if we put our attention on that, then we're able to actually look at how you can truly and fully show up as your own. So I love this question and I love this topic of conversation. And I want to ask you, are you someone that's motivated by seeing or following others in your field? Or do you try to kind of curate your own timeline and really filter what it is that you take in? Because there's so much noise in the online space.
Yeah, great question. I think it's a little bit of both, and very strategically both. Why do I say both? Because it's kind of what you were saying before. Everyone has a different path. The honest truth is, you don't know what other field they had to work hard in to get to where they are now, to where they didn't have to put that same amount of work in that same position. At a certain point in life, I do believe everyone has to pay a certain type of due. It just may not be the same. And just kind of be whatever somebody else has to go through, that's their journey to build them to where they need to be now. And whatever you had to go through, that's just your building process. So don't neglect the journey. And I want to ask you, Sandy, there is a fine line between being motivated by what others share and feeling intimidated. How do you navigate that as a coach? Because I'm sure you are, you meet a whole lot of people and a whole lot of personalities as well. So how do you navigate that?
Yeah, I'll share this personally, as a business owner and as a wife and a mother, and of course my own self-care, a big part of this for me is really what I said before about honoring the season that I'm in and knowing my kids are still so little. I mean, at least this point in my life, this season in my life, and my babies are so little, and I don't want to miss out on that time in knowing what my purpose is right now. It doesn't mean I won't do it in the future. It just means that right now my compass, I just follow that North Star. What is my most important thing, and raising my babies and making sure that they're my top priority is the thing I'm focusing on. So it might just be like, okay, I see I'm motivated by someone else. I can use that as fuel, or I can see it as a distraction. So kind of just looking at the two of those and being able to determine, is this for me right now? Is this maybe opportunity for later, or maybe not at all? But at the end of the day, just honoring where you're at, I think is huge, instead of being either discouraged or FOMO, right? Seeing where those opportunities are and just knowing and honoring where you're at.
Well, One-on-one from Sandy. She's telling you how to slay it. Thank you.
Yes, always. So I am loving this conversation, Stitch. It is amazing. We got so much more to come. But coming up next, if you're a content creator, you won't want to miss our next guest. She's a mother, an inventor, and so much more. We're talking all about the joystick next.
Yes, I'm excited for this one. And later on, we chat with studio owner Magna Lopez, who is actually going to be talking fitness, darling, and podcasting. She's sharing how she turned pain into purpose, passion, and an empire. You're not going to want to miss it, Connect fam. Go get your water, go get your tea, whatever you need. Stay where you are, then come right back, okay? Don't move.
Hi, I'm Ananda Lewis. I help women thrive. You can find me on Instagram at I'm Ananda Lewis or on my new app, Elixir, available in all app stores right now. And you're watching the Connect Network TV.